Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear friends, my dear viewers, I hope all of you are doing wonderfully well by the grace of God Almighty. Well, once again, I am with you in this smart English language capsule from Ignited Minds. Yes, you heard it right. We are from Ignited Minds once again with you, my dear viewers, for one more wonderfully amazing and amazingly wonderful English language learning capsule. And that is something which we all need to know about. That is something that we always use in our day-to-day life, English, when we talk of English communication. And that is something where we sometimes make some terrible mistakes as well. So here is the opportunity for all of you to make sure that you do not make such mistakes, and you make sure that your spoken language is absolutely on the dot. So in this context, once again, I would like you to make sure that you have fullest concentration going in terms of understanding these concepts. So if you remember last time, we had the tense of the verb, and we discussed the different rules and the uses of the English tense that are normally spoken of and written in the world of English. And I hope that all of you have had a goodish look at those tenses and the uses. And then obviously what is more important is the fact that you need to put that into practice. And I have been often telling everyone that it's all about practice. You know, practice makes perfect. Keep listening to good English, keep writing good English, keep getting inspired from very good English speakers, listen to the news, read the news items, get into the habit of reading and listening to very good discussions, debates on the telly. Make sure that you don't what's called waste a lot of time with the mobile phone, surfing the sites, and then not getting much meaningful from there on. So it's time that you apply yourself in terms of understanding the core concepts of English language. And here we are at Ignite Minds once again with you with the concept of pronouns. So what is the use of pronouns in English? And I have divided this part into two lessons, and obviously today's lesson will be part one, and then the next lesson obviously will be part two of it. So here we are with the concept, because when we talk of English language, we do use pronouns in plenty. And how important, how crucial is it for all of you to know that we need to know what pronouns to use and where to use them, because I've very many times seen that the use of pronouns is not authentic, and it goes beyond the scope of the correct grammar scale. So let us see what are pronouns in English, and what are the different types of pronouns that we can use when we talk of communication in English. So we get started. We are learning Smart English at Ignited Minds, and we have been doing it for the past 20 days or so, and I hope that this is turning out to be a very meaningful and an enriching experience, worth cherishing, worth treasuring, and worth remembering as well. I clean this up, dear friends, and we start with the pronouns. Remember, we have 8 parts of speech in English, and all of you know that. We have noun, we have pronoun, we have the verb, we have adverb, we have adjective, we have preposition, we have conjunction, and we have interjection. I will write this down for you. We have nouns, what you call in English the naming words. We have nouns as the naming words. And then we have pronouns. We call them substitution words. Substitution words. And similarly, we have verbs. We call them action words. We have adverbs. We call them modifying words. We have adjectives. We call them describing words. We have prepositions. We call them relationship words. We have conjunctions. We call them linking words. And we have interjections. We call them feeling words. Now, our thing is pronouns. We'll not talk about nouns and verbs and adjectives and adverbs and prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं pronouns के बारे में because हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि where do we use pronouns in English and how do we use them and in what forms can we use them in spoken English. So dear friends, let me tell you, the first thing is pronouns are substitution words. So this might have given you an idea that pronouns are used, they are substituted for something. Yes, and that something is nouns. We use pronouns in place of nouns. In fact, pro means for. And for means instead of. In place of, instead of. Suppose I have a sentence here, Tina is a doctor. Now, Tina is a noun, and now what I do is I use another word, I substitute another word in place of Tina. And what will that word be? I'll say, she is intelligent. Now, what do you see? आप क्या देखते हैं? You see Tina is a noun and in place of Tina, we have she. As a substitute for Tina, we have she. Therefore, she becomes the pronoun. So, if someone asks you what are pronouns, your answer should be pronouns are those words which are used as a substitute for nouns. You can also say pro means for and for means instead of. For means in place of. Therefore, pronouns are those words which are used in place of nouns, which are used as a substitute for nouns. So, what are the basic pronouns, my dear friends, that we normally use in English? That is what we have to say. So, have a look at this list of words, dear friends. I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. Now see, this is our target today. This is our target today, my dear friends. So you must all have seen these words on the books, you must all have been using these words also in your day-to-day life conversations. So when I say I, this is called in English first person singular pronoun. This is first person singular. इसको आप उर्दू में मैं बोल सकते हैं. And then मैं is always one, and that's why it is the first person singular. It is the person speaking, बात करने वाला, I. And similarly, its plural is we, and that is first person. Yes, you're right. That is first person plural. So you have two persons in first person, and that is I and we. And we call them person speaking. Persons speaking. In Urdu, you can say मैं or you can say हम. मैं एक उस्ताद हूँ, हम दो उस्ताद हैं. I am a teacher, we are teachers. Similarly, I am a doctor, we are doctors. Similarly, I go to school, we go to school. मैं स्कूल जाता हूँ, हम स्कूल जाते हैं. So person speaking, that is the first person, and that is I and we. If someone asks you, what is the difference between I and we? Your answer should be, I is first person singular. Whenever we talk of I, we talk of one person. Suppose आप अपने आप को I पुकारते हैं तो आप एक हैं. मैं अपने आप को I पुकारता हूँ तो मैं एक हूँ. Similarly, when one more person joins us or more than one person join us, obviously we become we. Therefore, I, मैं, उसके बाद मेरे साथ हम. After that, we have the person spoken to, जिससे बात की जाए, and that is you. Right now, I am the person speaking, and you are the people who are listening to me. Therefore, you are my second person. I am the first person talking, and you are the second person now who is listening. Therefore, we can say you is person or persons spoken to. Now, you is not the first person, you is the second person. It is the second person, and it is the second person singular as well as plural. You'll be wondering that how is you a second person singular as well as plural? Now, if I say you are a boy, that means it is you used for singular. Then I say you are boys, then it is you used as plural. So you are a boy, आप एक लड़के हो, you are boys, आप दो लड़के हो या आप बहुत लड़के हो. That is the singular as well as the plural nature of the pronoun you. You are a teacher, you are teachers. You are a doctor, you are doctors. You are a student, you are students. Be correct about the pronunciation of the word student. Student, student, student. Americans, doctor. Britishers, doctor. You are a doctor, you are doctors. So, the persons speaking, I and we, मैं और हम, उसके बाद तू और तुम. तू एक लड़का है, तुम दो लड़के हो. तू एक लड़की है, तुम दो लड़कियां हो. तू एक उस्ताद है, तुम दो असातिज़ा हो. Therefore, singular and plural, both we have you being used. And then we have persons spoken about. अब ना मैं ना आप, अब वो जो third category में आ गए. And now we have talked of the first person as I and we. We have talked of the second person as you. Now we have the third persons. And that third person case is persons or person spoken about. And then Urdu mein wo, if it is a male singular, it is third person singular. And similarly, she is also third person singular. And similarly, it is also third person singular. He is used for singular males. He is used for singular females. He is a boy. She is a girl. And then it is used for animals as well as babies about whom we are not knowing the gender. I mean to say, those babies, the gender of whom we are not clear about, whether they are male babies or female babies, obviously you will be using it. The baby is crying, dash wants milk. The baby is crying, it wants milk. The dog is barking, dash is red in color. The dog is barking, it is red in color. So, this is third person singular, this is third person singular, this is third person singular. वो एक लड़का है, वो एक लड़की है, वो एक गाय है, वो एक जानवर है, वो एक चीज है. चीजों के साथ भी ही शी नहीं लग सकता, मैंने आपको बताया हुआ है. It is a desk, it is a chair, it is a toffee. We cannot say he is a chair, she is a chair. Remember, there are 4 genders. We have the masculine gender referring to all males. We have the feminine gender referring to all females. We have the neuter gender that is referring to things, non-livings. And we have the common gender whereby you can use it both for males as well as females. Suppose you have a noun friend. That friend can be a male friend, that can be a female friend. Therefore, friend is a common gender. You have suppose person, that can be a male person or a female person. Similarly, you have got they, that is third person. It is third person, but it's not singular. It is third person plural. He is a teacher, she is a girl, it is an animal, they are boys, they are girls, they are animals. That is how we refer to he, she, it and they. So, persons spoken about, jinki baat ki jaye, that is he, she, it and they. And these are all third person pronouns. So, dear friends, we have come to know about 3 categories here. One category, person speaking. The other category, person spoken to. And the third category, person spoken about. So, I and we, that is person speaking. You, that is person spoken to, second person. And then we have the third person, that is he, she, it, and singular noun. Now, what is the use of these pronouns in English? And how are they used? Remember, we always call this set of pronouns as personal pronouns. So these are personal pronouns, and there is one speciality of these pronouns. This list, they are always used as subjects. That means you can begin the sentence with these pronouns. I want to tell you something. We have witnessed a damage to the environment. You are an excellent speaker. He will come home next week. She is going to sing a beautiful song for us. It is raining in Kashmir. They are playing good cricket. So, in all these sentences, what are you seeing? You are seeing that we are using these words in the beginning. And whenever you use things in the beginning, they act as subjects. That's why this list is also called subjective case of pronouns. This is called subjective case. So why are they called subjective case pronouns? Because they always are used as subjects. But now we have a different set of pronouns derived from this list. In he pronoun से हम एक और category derive करते हैं, and that category is from I we get me, from we you get us, from you you get you, from he we get him, from she we get her, from it we get it, and from they we get them. आपने ये वाला लिस्ट भी देखा होगा, me, us, you, him, her, it, them. Now there's a question, sir, why are here the words same written, similarly written? वहाँ भी you, यहाँ भी you, यहाँ भी it, यहाँ भी it. रीजन ढूंढने के लिए थोड़ा वेट करना पड़ेगा, कुछ चीजें समझनी पड़ेंगी before you understand the reason. So this is the list that we have already done. ये वाला लिस्ट जो है अभी अभी हम पढ़ रहे थे, they are subjective case pronouns. They are used before the verb. You see, I go to school. When I say I go to school, now you can see I is the subject and it's used before the verb. Go is the verb. And whatever is used before the verb becomes the subject. So this is the subject. I can't say me goes to school. I can't say us go to school. I can't say them go to school. I can't say him goes to school. I can't say her goes to school. Why don't I say that? That's the reason. The reason is that this list, they are also pronouns, but they are the objective case pronouns. Now you'll be wondering, what is the difference between subjective case and objective case? Remember, whenever we use a pronoun before a verb, it is a subject. But whenever you have to use a pronoun after the verb, it is the object. So be careful when you speak this list. You have to use them as objects. Have a look. He beats me. Now I can't say he beats I. That's wrong. Because after the verb, you have to use the object form. And the object form of I is me. And you can't say him beats I. That's wrong. Why? Because beats is the verb. Verb से पहले आनी चाहिए subject form. And what is the subject form of him? That is he. Therefore, here it has to be he. And verb के बाद आना चाहिए object form. What is the object form of I? That's me. I hope it's clear. Now, you'll be wondering, sir, you or you same क्यों है? Because you चाहे subjective case में हो या objective case में हो, अपनी शक्ल नहीं बदलता, अपना रंग नहीं बदलता. You stays as you, whether it is used as a subject or whether it is used as an object. We can give you a proof also in the form of an example. If I say, you like me. Now see, you is the subject, me is the object, like is the verb. Now if I want to replace, to do it in a reverse way, आप मुझे पसंद करते हैं, मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ मैं आपको पसंद करता हूँ. I'll say, I like you. Now what do you see? Me जब subject की जगह पहुंचा तो I बन गया, लेकिन you जब object की तरफ पहुंचा तो you ही रह गया. So you where the subject is you where the object is you. I hope that's clear. And that's why you have you and you. Same happens with it. It likes me. It is a subject. I like it. Once again, it has not changed its shape. चाहे हम verb से पहले use करें, verb के बाद use करें, as a subject use करें, as an object use करें, we always make sure that it does not change its shape. And similarly, we have you where the subject, where the object, it does not change its shape. But then for the other things, it's clear now. I, we, you, he, she, it, they, and then me, us, you, him, her, it, and them. These are subjective case and objective case pronouns respectively, my dear friends. So normally I, me kahan use kar. There are some people who say me and then they start the name. Basically, you can't start the sentence with me. At that time, maybe you are making it understood like it's me. It's me speaking. Hello? Who is knocking? It's me. आप बोलते हैं me, sir. When you say me, there is anticipatory it, and that is it is. वो आप बोलते नहीं हैं, लेकिन वो मौजूद है. You cannot grammatically start the sentence with me because you can't start the sentence with an object. You have to start the sentence with a subject. So we have one more category, my dear friends, of the pronouns. We have had subjective case, then we have had objective case. Now we have one more category. This is I, then we have me, and then we have my and mine. Similarly, we, then we have us, and then we have our oblique ours. Then we have you oblique you oblique your and yours. Then we have he oblique him. Then we have his oblique his. Then we have she. Then we have her. And then we have her oblique hers. Then we have it oblique it, and then we have its oblique its. I'll try to make you understand what I am doing. Then we have they oblique slash they has got them, and then we have got their oblique theirs. Now these are clear. These two categories are clear. This is subjective case. This is objective. Now, what is the nature of these pronouns? Because they get birth from this list. My and mine, which function do they show? If I say, this is my camera, then I say, this camera is mine. Meaning is one and the same. This is my school, this school is mine. This is our school, this school is ours. This is your school, this school is yours. There are some people who mistakenly use apostrophe here. That's wrong. You don't have to use any apostrophe with yours, because yours itself is a possessive case. And you have now got the hint that all these pronouns have got one nature, common nature, and that is possessive. I hope you understand the word possess. If I say this is my book, it means I possess this book. This book is mine. Once again, it means I possess this book. This is your school. That means the school belongs to you. This school is yours. That also means the school belongs to you. This is our mistake. That means we own this mistake. This mistake is ours. Once again, we have to own this mistake because we are the possessors of this mistake. So, this is his book. Then we don't say this book is his. We say this book is his. Similarly, this is her book. This book is hers. This is its book. We don't say this book is its, we say this book is its, because the S is already there. This S and this S already there. So we don't say it's his, or we don't say his is. So his remains his, its remains its, and this is their problem. This problem is theirs. So this list, my dear friends, is called possessive case. So we have had three types of pronouns which we often communicate. You can start a sentence with a pronoun, and that can be personal pronouns. And then we call them subjective pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, it, they. And then you can use pronouns after the verb, and at that time there will be objective pronouns. They are normally used in active passive voice. I take tea. Then we say tea is taken by me. He takes tea. Tea is taken by him. She takes tea. Tea is taken by her. It takes tea. Tea is taken by it. They take tea. Tea is taken by them. You take tea. Tea is taken by you. We take tea. Tea is taken by us. Similarly, then we have the possessive case pronouns. So what are possessive case pronouns? They are the ones which show possession. Please don't say, this is mine book. That's wrong. The difference between my and mine is that my is followed by a noun. Our followed by a noun. Your followed by a noun. His followed by a noun. Her followed by a noun. It's followed by a noun. Their followed by a noun. This is my pen. This is our school. This is your pen. This is your school. This is her pen. This is its collar. This is their school. It has to be followed by a noun. But then, when you use this category, you cannot follow it by a noun. You can't say, this is mine pen. No, you have to say, this pen is mine. Similarly, this school is ours. You can't say, this is ours school. That's wrong. Similarly, this is yours school. That's wrong. Similarly, his, basically, it is the object, it is the possessive of his and his. You know, this pen is his, but this is his pen. That means ये वाला his जो है ये follow करेगा noun को, लेकिन ये वाला structure जो है, this pen is, you can't say this pen is his pen. That's wrong. This pen is his. Similarly, this pen is hers. Similarly, this collar is its. And similarly, this school is theirs. So, the subjective case pronouns, dear friends, the objective case pronouns, and the possessive case pronouns. I hope that these important three cases and categories must have helped you lots in clearing the confusion of the use of pronouns in English. And I would love that you keep using these pronouns correctly. I'll talk about some more beautiful and amazing things about pronouns in our second part of the story, and that is coming up in the next lesson. And by that time, you have to make sure that you have got all these details with you. You just practice them a little and then see what is the world of pronouns like, and how do we use them, how do we make the correct use of pronouns when we talk of spoken English. And I hope that this is going to be quite effective and beneficial to the most of you. And till the next meeting, I think I should take leave right now till we meet again for the next class, in which we shall explore more about pronouns, and we shall try to see where do we use pronouns in the world of English, and how does that use affect a language of English. Till the next time, dear friends, goodbye and Allah Hafiz from Tufail Haji here at Ignited Minds. Take good care of yourselves and be happy. Stay smiling. Till the next meet. Assalamu alaikum.